I'm recording now.
Holy
David, I have 5.1 to 5.3, but that's like
Oh my god, shut up, guys.
What is it? The reteach?
no, it's a quiz.
Guys, can we start
I doubt it's the same quiz.
can we
Yeah, it
start
shouldn't be
the
the same.
breaking Greg
Yeah, but
podcast?
you
Dude,
have to
come
start
on, bro.
reading.
We've been waiting.
I guess I'm streaming it, dude.
I'm looking at
Hey, you read it first.
Okay.
God.
Alright, we're looking at the top page right now. Breaking Greg. Thursday. I found this in my closet the other day, and it made me very nostalgic. So much has changed since middle school. I'm now a junior in high school. Dad left the house, and now mom is an alcoholic who doesn't even know who I am. Roderick is currently in jail for murdering Manny. The little kid deserved it. Roderick should be freed. If only I could do something about it. Alright, why don't you guys go?
Me. Friday.
I
I
love
was at
this
school
side.
today and something crazy happened. A meth lab was discovered in an old storage room. 3 seniors were running this whole thing and distributing it across school. I had heard rumors about it, but I didn't think it was real. These guys had been doing it for 2 years now. They even managed to get in during the summers. These guys, over the course of 2 years, had managed to make 200,000 each. I
What?
could really use that money, but I've got no one to to about it. Talk to her. Those idiots got caught and are going to jail for a long time.
Everybody freeze! Alright,
Everybody
What is my
raise.
turn to read?
let's take a break and analyze the literature, okay?
Okay, so basically, what I'm understanding right now
This is
is
where
that
this is
this foreshadowing that Greg will become a drug lord and
this is
use the
where
money
Greg
to
I
break
becomes
believe
his
that
brother
too.
Heisenberg.
out of jail
I believe
because
that
he
too.
he rightfully killed Manny and doesn't
Yeah,
deserve to be in prison for that.
yes.
Is Roderick what's the DA agent?
Hank?
Is Roderick Hank?
No, bro, Hank is a DA agent
Roderick is in jail, bro.
for murdering Penny, bro.
Oh, it's
Demon.
not a
Sorry to
one for
say,
one
Santiago,
comparison.
I'm
It's
gonna want
pretty
you to pay
bad.
attention a little bit more to the literature, okay?
Alright, bro, suck my
Yeah,
meat, kid.
please,
Suck my meat. Suck my meat.
Santiago, please lock in.
Alright, shut up, David. It's your turn.
Saturday, I was driving back from GameStop with a new Twisted Wizard game, and I had a weird craving for a smoke. So I parked at the gas station and I talked with Roderick's old bandmate, Bill, who works there, and he hooked me up. I went to the alleyway and I saw Fregley shooting heroin. I kind of felt bad for him because he was one of the main distributors of the meth lab, and he lost his main source of income. I went up to him and said, "Hey, I heard what happened with the meth lab. I'm sorry for what happened." He walked up to me slowly and menacingly and said, "Those idiots were nowhere near careful enough for this thing to work out. It was only a matter of time."
Bro, what the fuck is that drawing?
It's
Oh,
him
that's
eating.
him.
I mean, I know where it's from, but like, what is the correlation?
He's fiending for it. He's
Okay,
fiending.
so basically, he's shooting up the heroin, and then he's like, "Let me join you." So he's reaching his arm out, and you can see Bill behind him, and
With the
Bill
con.
is
Oh wow,
getting,
okay, that's pretty good.
like like how heroin people they use rubber
Okay,
bands.
bro, whatever, just move on. Take your
No,
pick.
no, let me finish my analyzation. You know
Okay,
how
you know,
people, when they shoot heroin, they use rubber bands to cut off the circulation?
yes.
So they don't have rubber bands in this
They do
timeline.
that.
So he's just using a used condom as the rubber band.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, continue. Yes. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. David.
It's not my turn to read anymore.
Is it? Okay. That's when it clicked. Fregley was the ringleader, and those 3 boys were just his workers. He was the mastermind behind the lab. And without thinking, I quickly said, I want to make meth with you. And with that, Fregley said, Meth, huh? If you want to make meth, Prove your worth. Make me a pound of your own meth, and I'll decide if it's worth your time or not. You have 1 week. Now leave my sight before I change my mind. So I left the alleyway with one thing on my mind. I had to learn how to cook.
All right, my turn. Monday. It's a lot harder than I thought. I've been up for the last 36 hours trying to cook this stuff. Hell, I'm even missing out on school for this. It's extremely difficult. Frankie didn't give me any tips either, so I'm going based on my own knowledge. I've tried combining so many different things to no avail. Well, I've got to get back to it. All right, against me. This is pretty short, so I'm gonna read the next one too. Oh my god. Wednesday. Eureka! I figured it out. I've done it. After 4 days straight of working, I've discovered the perfect cooking method. Now, I just gotta find Fragley. Where did I find
This reads like one of those like storybook games, like the Telltale games, where like your
Yeah.
decisions matter and shit.
I'm gonna read the first half. I'll read that. Friday. I finally got into rest, and I'm ready to find Freddie. I went back to the gas station because I knew I'd find Freddie there. And I was like, he was stealing some Freon in the alley behind the gas station. Huh. Freon was nothing compared to what
Alright, pause. Please show some more emotion. Ha. Freon was
Alright.
nothing.
What?
Please.
Okay. I'm gonna restart it. I finally got into rest, and I'm ready to find Fragley. So I went back to the gas station because I knew I'd find Fragley here. I was right. He was stealing some Freon in the alley behind the gas station. Ah, Freon was nothing compared to what I was about to give him. So I went up to him and I gave
I
him
don't
my
think you can get high off Freon.
Fragley inspected it for a long
I'm
while,
pretty sure it
and
just
then he
kills
put
you.
it in his meth pipe. Yeah, this is actually the perfect picture, though. Alright, next, bro. Next.
David.
I'm sorry, I have to fact check this.
We need this Freon.
No, I know what Freon is. It's the gas that they put in air conditioners.
Just say Galaxy
Yeah,
Gas
it
at this
doesn't get
point.
you high. It just kills you.
Just say Galaxy Gas at
Maybe
this
that's
point.
what he's trying to do, bro.
I'm just trying to kill
He's just gonna die. All right. Well. Oh, and the thing. Okay. He lit up, and before I tell you what happened next, let me provide some context. Craigly can get really hyper sometimes with sugar and stuff. I've never seen him get pretty hyper from some other drugs. I've seen him smoke, but I've never seen him like this. This second he injected the meth, the man was going wild. He was running around and screaming bloody murder. Holy shit, this stuff is really good. I heard him scream, we can make something out of this. I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. Then Fregley said calmly, meet me at the abandoned warehouse tower at 12. We're going to have a cooking marathon.
This is locked in off Fragley.
Let's have another literature analysis, guys.
Okay.
What do you think the character dynamic right now is between Greg Heffley and Fregley?
Fregley. Fregley is giving like he's like an uncaring mentor. He's only really helping Greg because it's for his own benefits.
He has gluttony. No, not gluttony, greed.
Anything else,
As
guys?
this whole story is about
Fregley low-key a baddie.
Yeah, Loki. I think
What?
I agree with David here. It seems to be that since Fregley's low-key been in the game for years, right? You could tell. Like he
And
knows what
what?
he's
Giving
doing.
blowies? What are we on about now?
No, but
No.
Fregley is like Fregley's been in the game for years, but he also isn't like a smart businessman.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like that's gonna be one of his
Or
foils.
you know what?
Like he
Maybe in theory, Fregley used to be like a genius, but the craft got to him, and maybe he was like a really smart guy, like cooking the meth and shit, like managing his empire, and like one day he like got to try his product and just went south from there. You know what I mean?
maybe. I feel like him getting high off his own supply shows that he's not as experienced as he seems.
Yes.
But also, we know that he's able to control himself under his like highness, because he goes from geeked to locked in.
Hey, that's
Meet
what
me
I
at
said.
meet me at the abandoned warehouse, Tower 12. We're gonna have a cooking marathon. Maybe it's
That's
all
it
an
all.
act. I think Fregley might actually be smarter than he lets on, and might be
That's the
planning on
manipulator.
using Greg.
He's
You
manipulating. Oh, you
Yeah.
can buy me manipulating.
you can manipulate the naming time. Just naming dictator.
All right. Yeah, press out to you,
Oh
bud.
my god. Oh my god. I got this. Alright. Saturday. I woke up at 11 in the morning. I was so ready to cook. So I went to the store, got some energy drinks, snacks, because I knew I wasn't going to be back at home for a long while. I pulled up to the warehouse and hit. Pulled up. I pulled up to the warehouse and hit my car. Hit my car. I walked in. There was nothing there. Friendly had lied. Son of a bitch. She just made me think my product was good. Just as I was about to walk out of the warehouse, I heard a little noise from the back corner of the warehouse. And then I heard a sliding metal thing. I look over, and it's Franklin. He says, Gregory, get over here. We got some cooking to do. So he was there, and so he was here, and he had a meth lab under the building. I had to hand it to Franklin. This man knew what he was doing. But nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to see. I went down, and boy was I shocked with what I saw. This man had an incredible meth lab. Literally everything you could have ever dreamed of cooking, of for cooking meth was here. Now we just had to grind. After arriving and gazing for a while, Fragley walked up to me and said, "Okay, Gregory, all you need to do is cook, and I'll watch you and replicate your recipe. I've got some little friends of mine who will be doing the delivery work. You will get 50% of all profits, and I will get 40%, and then my pawns will be getting 10%. Are those numbers okay with you?" Then I said 10. Of course, I'm okay with those numbers, but how much are we selling for? And then what Fregley said next was a game changer. I know a guy who will buy it off of us for 15 pounds for a million. I was shocked. I did some quick math and realized that I was going to make 500,000 for just 15 pounds of meth. But there was no time for that. So we had to cook immediately.
All right, hold up. There's two things that is really funny here. One is that he says I did some quick math, like 50% of 1 million isn't like insane. And also, why is like, okay, if 10% of his pawns, which are like distributors, like if you're buying off one person, you don't need the distributors. Why would they be getting 10%?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But
For
here's what I
15
think,
pounds
okay?
for 1 million. Also, that's kind of absurd. Whatever.
Yeah. I think Fregley here's um I think there's more evidence of him being a genius. Because how else would he have procured such an amazing meth lab?
Procure.
Also, I feel like Fregley is a horrible businessman. Why he should just be paying the distributors money.
Yes, exactly. Why are you giving them a fucking
Like
cut?
why a percent value?
It's not, yeah. All right. I don't know though. Like,
This Fregley
no,
guy
but
is
also
too
Greg is kind
sneaky.
of stupid for that too. Like, why didn't he say like, wait, you're retarded? And also, wait, yeah. It's like, wait, like commenting on like what I said earlier. He said like I did some quick math, like 50% of 1 million. So like, aren't you like a chemist now? That's such a like a contrast. It's so funny. Anyway,
He
next
can make
page.
the most amazing math.
All right.
Quick math though.
Monday. It's all here. 500 grand right in front of me. Just for a little bit of work. It was too good to be true, and now I could cook whenever I wanted with all of our supplies. I wish I could show somebody. And I thought of it. Ali. So I gave him a ring. He picked up and said, "Oh, hey, Greg." "Hey, Rowley," I said. "I've got something super cool to show you. Come over." If I had known Rowley was going to say next, I would have never called him. "Sorry, Greg," he said. "I'm working with the DEA, and we're in the middle of this huge case about a, su-
So
pardon,
that's who he is.
about a sudden increase in meth sightings." I couldn't believe it. Rowley was in the fucking DEA. So I said it as calm as possible. "Oh, it's okay. Good luck with your case." And then I hang up. I had a lot to do. I mean, I had a lot to think about. Okay. Okay, okay.
This is
I like how fucking Rowley said there's been an increase in meth sighting. Like
that's
you
lucky
like
deep.
it's like meth is the Bigfoot or something. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm just finishing
Okay.
this assignment.
Guys, we
Alright,
need to
go.
play this assignment.
Who's up? David.
Yeah. Next Monday. Rowley isn't on to me yet, but he knows that there's meth, and lots of it. Gregley and I have been cooking every day after school. All the old meth heads in the school are back to being crazy and excited. I always hear murmurs. "Did you have that new stuff? I hear they're calling it the cheese touch because once you get it, you can't get rid of it." And things like that. If only they knew it was me who was making it, but I can't let them know. My cover will be blown. But there was one line that made me excited. Whenever El Ploopy is doing with that meth, I hope he never stops. El Ploopy, I could get used to that.
Wait, I didn't hear like anything you just said.
Bloopy.
I'll,
Bloopy.
I'll, I'll read it again.
Yeah, like,
Owly isn't on to me yet, but he knows that there's meth, and lots of it. Gregory and I have been cooking every day after school. All the old methods in the school are back to being crazy and excited. I always hear murmurs. "Do you have that new stuff? I hear they're calling it the cheese touch because once you get it, you can't get rid of it." Things like that. Only they knew it was me who was making it, but I can't let them know my cover will be blown. But there was one line that made me excited. "Whatever El Ploopy's doing with that meth, I hope he never stops." El Ploopy. I could get used to that.
How Bloopy.
So right now, Greg's taking on the moniker of a famous chemist, El Ploopy.
How
you
Bloopy.
know, you can
Like
see like at the start,
Pablo.
like he's lost all his sense of morality. He's like taking up the name, like it's like a moniker, like he's proud of it.
See,
So
this is like the whole Batman Bruce Wayne thing. When
yeah,
Bruce Wayne says "I'm Batman," he really is Batman. It's not an act or a show.
This is
Bruce Wayne is his alter identity, just as now that Greg Heffley is El Ploopy's alter identity.
How
exactly.
Bloopy.
It's like and like I feel like eventually they're gonna say there's gonna start to be like a contrast between like Greg Heffley, like the no student like family, and then Ruth Lupin, this ruthless
An
chemist
interesting note
shooting.
is that Rowley is still in high school, but also in the DEA.
He has to be like a prodigy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that even fucking like I don't whatever.
No explanation for that. I was like, "Oh, are they out of high school?" And it's like, "Nah."
How Bloopy.
And
How
it
Bloopy.
starts with the things
I
that
love
becomes
this
like that.
first line.
I got the
Can I
longest
read
one.
the first line?
No, I got this.
No,
Friday.
please.
Alright, bro, get it out being a podcast.
Okay, we've got a big problem. My crush, Holly Hills, is heavily addicted to meth.
I I don't want her to die.
My meth. My meth.
It's to my
Oh,
bed. I don't want her to die, but one of these days she's gonna overdose. I think I have to speak with her. So I'm going to find her. And I did. So I did. So I said to her, "Hi, Holly." Holly looked at me with her left eye twitching from the meth. "Hey, Greg," she said. "Do you want my Do you get any cheesy
Oh
touch?
my God. Santi,
I
bro. Dang.
I sighed and then did something I strangely regret. Yeah, I do. In fact, I'm a ploopy. Holly stared at me in shock. Shit, I can't believe I just said that. You're a ploopy? Give me some more meth. I can make more. I can make it worth your while. Oh my god. Holly was trying to seduce me for meth. I had to take care of her. She could tell everyone. I had to kill her today.
Holy shit.
After school, she took me behind the
Escalated
school
quickly.
and she started to passionately make out with me and then proceeded to give me oral sex. And I enjoyed it. Before I had to kill her. So I took her to my car and then took her to a cliff. I gave her my special emergency meth, which makes you overdose immediately.
What the?
I took her outside and she smoked her meth. She quickly became unconscious, so I pushed her off. Hopefully, the cops think it was an overdose suicide. I didn't want to kill anyone, but I had to. Hopefully, I don't have to do it again.
Okay. This is actually like really good writing right here. So, firstly,
Oh
we can
my
see a
god.
glimpse
He gives
of
me
the old Greg
she
Hillman. You can
gives
see
me
them start
oral
to merge.
sex, and I enjoy it.
Like you can see them start to merge here actually. So the reason, yeah, we open with we've got a big problem. My crush Holly Hills is heavily addicted to my man. So you can see that at first he's thinking of this as a problem, right? So he has some humanity for him, like he has some humanity. But then he goes on and he tries to tell Holly Hills that like, yo, I'm El Plupi, like that's my man, right? And hopefully, like, I'm guessing
Loopy.
his intentions are never stated in this, but I'm guessing that it's like try to gain some reputation. But as like I think after Greg sees, or rather El Clupy, I think after El Clupy sees that he just admitted, like he just revealed his identity, his secret identity to like just some like addict. Like he's like, you're El Plupi, give me some more meth, I'll make it worth your while. He's like, oh shit, yo, I gotta lock in, bro. Why'd I just do that? He realizes he had to take care of business, take her out, bro. So like I feel like Greg
He
Heffley is
locked in.
becoming more ruthless, more El Plupi, less
I don't think
humanity,
that's
more
true,
kill.
actually. I think El Plupi is the one in control here. I think he is the one making the executive decisions until Greg Heffley gives his true feelings at the end. I feel like this is exemplified by the line, "She gave me oral sex, and I enjoyed it, but I had to kill her." He's using this opportunity to take advantage of her.
I think
That's
I think
why
rather
he
than
reveals it.
having like an El Floopy dominated personality at this point, I think we're seeing like I think the line I enjoyed it, but I had to kill her. I think rather than having like El Floopy dominated through at this point, I think right now we're seeing like a 50-50 contrast, like furthering like my point that like at first Greg had some humanity, but then you realize like El Poopy realized, yo, you gotta lock in, bro. You can't be revealing that shit. And then when it says I enjoyed it, calm, but I had to kill her. Like the I enjoyed it part is Greg. I had to kill her. It's El Poopy. That's what I think at least. Like we're
This
right
is
It's
now we're
this
seeing
is where Greg turns into Al Ploopy.
like I think what we're
I don't think
seeing right
that's true. I
now.
feel like El Ploopy is beginning to, like, the cracks of the personality are starting to show a bit here. It's not that Greg's turning into El Ploopy, it's that El Ploopy's turning into Greg. Because
Oh,
Greg is coming through more. Because I I didn't want to kill anybody, but I had to. Hopefully I don't have to do it again.
I think rather
The, I,
than El Plupi turning into Greg, I think that's just like El Plupi taking over Greg for a little bit and then El Plupi giving control back to Greg. Because El Plupi recognizes that at this point in the journey right now, I like so far we're at Greg's peak. He's making millions. He's like everyone at school knows him as El Plupi, like as like his El knows El
no, they
Plupi.
don't know him as El
No, I
Ploopy.
know. I'm about to say everyone at school knows El Plupi. Like they look above to El
Mhm.
Plupi as like their meth god. So he's feeling super prideful, right? So at this point, after he's made this mistake, after El Plupi takes care of it for Greg, El Plupi gives control back to Greg. And then that's when Greg says, I didn't want to kill anyone, but I had
Like
to.
Sukuna.
Hopefully, exactly. And so like El Plupi is like Sukuna living in Yuji's head. And like Sukuna takes over when he has to. El Plupi takes over when he has to. Yeah, I think we can move on. All right, whose turn is it?
Not mine after all that.
All
I
right.
think that's my turn now.
Next page.
Yeah.
Oh,
Waiting
my
on you,
bad.
Seb.
My bad, my bad. I did it on my other mind.
She just
October. It's been a month since I became El Plupi, and Fregley and I have already made 20 mil. I think I have enough to break Roderick out, but Fregley tells me we have to keep working. I trust him and I will continue doing so. Rally has no leads on us. Hopefully it can stay that way. I'll keep reading on.
No, no, just say, give me
Monday.
this one, give me this one, give me this one. All
Okay.
right, Monday. I did something unspeakable today. I was on the way to the warehouse after school today, and there was a car that was following me. I checked the plate, and it was Raleigh. Why was he following me? Well, I had to go somewhere else. We couldn't lead him to the lab. So I went to the same cliff to where I killed Holly to camp out there for a while. But Raleigh was still following me. So I parked and he parked too. He got out of the car and said, Greg, I know you're all poopy now. I just need you to surrender and walk towards me. I couldn't believe it. How did he catch me? Well, I knew I had to kill him. So I charged him. He fell to the ground with a thud. I was shocked. I had him pinned. Raleigh begged for his life. Please, Greg, after everything we've been through together. I said with tears in my eyes, no, Rowley, you need to die. My brother needs to be freed. Rowley was bawling at this point. I took his gun and shot him in the leg so he couldn't run. Then I went to my car and got my machete and cut off his legs. He would die soon from the blood loss, but I should probably take him out of his misery. Rowley was screaming for help and crying. With tears in my eyes, I brought the machete to his throat, and his final words were eerie and familiar. Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done. And after that, I slit his throat. He was dead. I cried over his body for 30 minutes and then threw it off the cliff and drove away. Okay,
So I have a few notes here.
That's deep.
let's hear it.
That's deep.
So we can see El Plupi truly taking over in the scene. Even though I feel like Greg maybe wants to get out. He wants to not kill him. El Plupi is actually trying to suppress Greg in the scene. That's why you see the unnecessary brutalization of Rowley. He
Yeah,
could have just killed him. He could have just shot him in the head. But he shot his legs, cut them off, and then slit his throat. He was making an example to Greg about what would happen if he lets anyone get
no, yeah,
close.
definitely. I definitely agree with you. I feel like when he says I should probably take him out of his misery, that's kind of a mix of like Greg's humanity like dwindling away and also El Plupi's brutality. Because like the connotation of I should probably take him out of his misery is like mocking in a sort of way. Like when someone says I'll just take you
Yeah,
out your misery. But at the same time it's also like a bit human to say that because you don't want someone to keep suffering. But I feel like the fact that its connotation is more towards brutality rather than humanity shows that El Plupi is slowly gaining more control. You know what I mean?
and I feel like the use of probably means that he's not even sure that like I think Greg Heffley speaks here, and he's saying I don't even know if I should do it because I don't know like El Plupi will do. Like it's a very like he's trying to like walk the line
Yeah,
just to like stay peaceful with El Plupi.
yeah. Greg knows, like he's not saying it, but he knows it's gotten to a point, you know? All right,
Yeah,
let's go next.
it does in fact get to a point.
All right, David or Shanti or Mama.
Now, 5 months later,
Okay.
Fregley and I have managed to
Whose mic is like fucking everything up, by the way?
That's Santi.
Was that was that
Your shit is like fucking like crackling so much.
better?
Yeah, but it's also hella low. I mean, oh my fuck.
Better?
Yeah.
Alright. Franklin and I have managed to cook up $100 million worth of meth, and our 50-40-10 deal leaves me entitled to $50 million. I don't understand why Fregley isn't allowing me to pay the price. Free Roderick. I should have more than enough money. That's all I want. Just to get this just to get this goal done and be done with it. I've hurt too many people. Holly, Rowley. Going to their funerals hurt because I knew it was me who caused their deaths. I don't know how much longer I can live with this pain. I just want Roderick free. He is all I have left. Well, besides Fregley, but he has a couple screws loose. Maybe once this this is all over, I'll turn myself in and let Roderick be free, because it should be me behind bars, not him.
I think this is a great like this chapter, I think is a great like analysis of like what Greg is actually thinking. Yeah, he doesn't explicitly
Yeah.
say El Plupi is taking over my life, but he does show like that. He has feelings of guilt. Like he knows it's got too far, as we were saying in the last chapter. Like also he tries to like sort of humanize his own actions and like his own thoughts by saying that he felt guilty for killing Holly and Rowley, but also the fact that he said he started this goal to like for Roderick is kind of interesting because when you know like the whole condom thing with Greg and Fregley in the alley, like there was never like one said that he like it was only like an excuse to keep going that he wanted to free Roderick, in my opinion. Like of course he wants Roderick to be free, but is he really doing all of this for Roderick? Or does he find like an actual like pleasure in it? You know what I'm saying?
And there's a good chance that I feel like um he has resentment towards Roderick even because we know he killed Manny,
Yeah.
and as much as he hated Manny, it was still his brother.
Yeah. I think we need to find more out about Greg
One
and
second,
Roderick.
Ken.
All right, bro, Santi, you got that shit. Actually,
God.
no, I got that shit. I got that shit. David, are you there? David. Oh, where the hell did he go?
Guys,
All
it's
right.
time to get off.
What? No, bro, we only have like wait, let me see how much. One, two.
Come
We
on,
have two
bro. We
pages left. We
gotta
have two
get
pages left. We have
2
two pages
a.m.
left. Two pages.
Oh, you're gonna have to update me on the literary analysis later.
All right,
Sorry.
I'll do this. I'll do this. All right, see it. All right.
All right, bye.
I'll read this one. I'll read this one. Friday. I don't understand what just happened. I have no words. Let me run you through it. I'm still processing it myself. A few days ago, a court case was scheduled for Roderick. I'm not sure how, but I didn't question it. Everyone was there, all of our neighbors even. The Smellas, Mom drunk herself out the house, and of course, Roderick. He looked terrible, frail, there's scars on his face, and he just looked tired. This is our chance. He could be free. I could pay the money. The case went on. Unfortunately for all of us, the evidence was against Roderick. The judge decided Roderick to be guilty. There was nothing I could do. And just as the gavel was going down, we heard a voice from the back of the courtroom. Objection! It said, rather high pitched. We all turned around, and once we saw who it was, we were all shocked, mortified, and confused. It was none other than the little bastard Payne. That little fucker survived somehow, and he kept it secret for over 2 years. I was beyond angry. I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear anything. But according to the testimony I read online, no said Roger did not kill me. It was Eric Glick. He tried to kill me but failed. He left me to bleed out, but I survived. Roderick is innocent. The courtroom was silent after that. The judge had 0 words. After a while of pondering, the judge basically got one with the Roger Cafferty, you're hereby innocent. And this time the gavel landed. Now, what happened next was a rush, but I hardly remember it. I got up and ran towards Manny. Everyone was looking. I tackled that fucker right on the ground and started pounding his face with my fist. Why didn't you come back earlier, you little shit? You made Roger go to jail. He's an innocent man. I was panting his face and blood was coming out fast. He begged, please, Greg. I wanted to. I just didn't know how. Bullshit, I said, and continued to pound his face in. At this point, people tried to stop me, but I had a gun in my pocket, just in case. So I pulled it out and said, nobody take another step or you will die. They stopped coming at that point. I had to hightail it out of there because the cops were coming. So I asked Manny one last time, why, Manny? And he struggled with, he said it's regular best. I'm only twee. Right right then and there in that instant, I shot that fucker between the eyes. He was dead, dead at last. But I knew I had to go, so I ran out of the courtroom and took the car. And then this I even knew anymore. All right, let me say something real quick.
I'm
I think
only three.
I think this is actually like a great representation of how Greg was trying to cope with El Clupie's actions because he like we were saying in the last two chapters, he was using Roderick as an excuse for his actions rather than like admitting that, he was doing it himself. Like he like found that the action was something that had to be done or like even pleasure in it. He was like there was multiple points where he could have like had the conviction to stop, but he never did. He enjoyed the money. He even like bragged about it at multiple points. But here he's realizing that he like what he thought he was doing it for Roger like never had to be done. He realized like I never had like a valid excuse to do it or like saving Roger. So like and that's why he's taking all his anger out on Manny because he's like a little fucker, right? So that's why. What are your thoughts?
This chapter is most definitely the crash out chapter. There's been a lot of like roller coaster moments, but this one it most definitely takes it because him realizing that Manny never died and it was Eric,
Eric did.
Eric
Yes, Eric
of
did it.
all people, the crash out was just unimaginable to come. And
Yeah.
I can't take this chapter seriously. I'm only three.
Yeah, bro. Alright, bro.
Oh
Hold
my
it there.
god.
Hold it there, bro.
Oh my god. Let me lock in for this shit. Oh god.
Hold on, we can. Alright, you read half the page up until it says, um, drunk who didn't care about you, and it worked.
Alright, just tell me to stop because I,
Alright,
I I cannot find it.
alright.
Tuesday. This is it. Something else has occurred, and I don't know how much time I have left. I can't even draw. I'd been in the lab for a whole. Let me zoom in. For a whole. Oh, for a while now, but nobody had.
If I zoom in my thing, will you be able to
No,
see
it's
it?
alright. But nobody had come for obvious reasons. The cops looking for me, but they had no luck. But all of a sudden, I heard the car pull up. Could it be Fregley? Whoa, the quality just tanked. Whoa, the quality is tanking. Could it
Wait, Loki, I'm gonna just send you the link so we get logged
could it
into this file
could it
checker.
be the cops not knowing the answer to my question? I hid. I heard the trapdoor of the lab open. Someone was coming down the steps. It was only one person. It must have been Fregley. So I went out from my hiding spot, but it was someone unexpected. It was Roderick. Roderick? I said, how'd you find the lab? Oh, Greg. It's been a while, hasn't it? I thought everything would work out, but I was wrong. Why do you have to go and kill Manny? Roderick said, Manny is a little shit. He deserves to be dead. I have been cooking meth to try to free you, but he came and freed you anyway. Oh, I know, Greg, but now I need all I need all of that money," said Roger. And then I realized he pulled out a gun.
Alright, stop. I'll continue.
"Give it to me now."
Okay, I'm almost done. I'll read. I'll read after gun.
I I was in shock. Why did Roger have me at gunpoint? Roger, this has to be a misunderstanding. I cooked with Fregley and we suddenly a familiar yet altered voice said
Oh, wait,
menacingly.
wait. I'll read.
I
Oh, Gregory, you really are gullible, aren't you? I turned to see the voice who belonged, and it was Fregley. His voice sounded different. It was pulsing with confidence and power. What the hell was he doing here? Fregley, my brother, has me at gunpoint. Help me, please. I thought Freddie would jump into Ab's head and save me. But no. Instead, he started laughing. Oh, Gregory, I thought you were smarter than this. Do you think I wanted you? No. All I wanted was your brother. We made a long-term deal. He wanted you dead, but he wanted you to get away with it. So he wanted to get away with it. So he came to me. We came up with a diabolical plan to fake Manny's death and get your father out of the house with him. We offered a hefty sum of money to your mother and father to go along with our plan. Your mother pretended to be a drunk who didn't care about you, and it worked. I was shocked, but Freddie wasn't done. Roderick also wanted to be rich. I came up with a wonderful idea of cooking meth, and I started a meth lab in the warehouse and a fake one in our school to cover up the real one. Before your family put the plan into work, Roger gave me specific instructions to reveal the school meth lab in 2 years, and then the plan would begin. When it got revealed, I made sure to allow you to know how much cronies were making. I drugged them and convinced them that they were ringleaders, and this was the only lab. I knew the sum of money would your attention, and you'd come crawling to me before long. I knew you'd come to the gas station to get a smoke. I bribed Bill to give you my special cigarette pack. I made the cigarettes slowly implant my perfected recipe for cooking meth into your brain so then you would figure it out and think it was your own idea. I put all the necessary items in your home so that way you could find them and make the meth. All we had to do was cook for a couple months and bake. I continued to convince you that you didn't have enough money to break Roderick out. Well, I talked with your father and Manny. Then, after all this time, I scheduled the court case. I made Manny come into the police station and say that Roderick didn't kill me. I'm still alive. Then Roderick was freed 2.5 years ago. I told him to lure you here when he got out so we could finish the job. And here we are. That was my diabolical plan. And now all of the 100 million that we made is all mine and Roderick's. There is nothing you can do about it. Then it was over. I broke down. They tied me down and ingested some drug in me to overdose on, so they could make it look like I overdosed in an abandoned meth lab. They left me here to die. Goodbye, Gregory, said Fragley. Thanks for all of your help. Having a sinister laugh as he walked away with Roderick right behind him. I refuse for them to get away with this. They're gone, and I'm using my last waking moments to write in this before I die. I can feel my eyelids getting heavy, and I know if I fall asleep, I'll never wake up. Please, someone, if you're finding this, find Fregley and Roderick. And please, tell the Jefferson family. I'm sorry. Well, I'm out of paper, so anyway, I guess this is Holy Peak,
Holy,
the end.
holy plot twist.
That's
The
fucked,
end.
bro. That's fucking
That
good.
is fucked. Oh my god.
Now let's read the comments on this one. Fregley,
Frankly, we
we
need to
need to
cook.
cook. This is well written, but next time could you make the font a little bigger? It gets hard to read, especially towards the end. Yeah, definitely. You know,
Pretty right.
even though we were being ironic, it's actually not that bad.
It was not that bad. The fanfic was actually good.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go to sleep too. It's fucking 1 a.m.
Yeah, bro. Same. I don't think I'm gonna make it tomorrow.
All right,
I
say
haven't.
goodbye to the camera because I was recording actually.
That's through the camera. I'm not opening my camera for this.
We say, bro, I'm recording. Say goodbye. Say next time on
See you next
Valstex.
time on Sigma Bounce Facts.
Next time on Valstex, Diary of a Wimpy Kid reading. There will be new guests with the popcorn reading, and we will read a different one. I don't know which one we're gonna read. I don't fucking know. But anyway,
Hopefully, it's something interesting like this one. This one actually good.
all right,
Rip David.
stop recording.